Good afternoon, and hello, friends. Hello, how are you today? Happy Wednesday and happy hump day. I just thought I would jump on real quick to say hello. I've been away for a minute, but I have started my surgical procedure, so that keeps me out. But it doesn't stop me from working from bed and posting. But today I've just had to come down to the book cave, and I thought I would do a little book chat with you guys to let you know I'm still alive. I'm still here, barely hanging on. Pain is no fun. That's all I'm going to say. How are you guys doing? Hope you're hanging in there. You've made it to Wednesday. It's half the week. Keep striving, keep going. Authors, writers, bloggers, continue to write until you bleed. So said Ernest Hemingway. I don't know if I can write till I bleed. I don't have any more blood left. Barely. But it has been a journey, quite a journey. Everything that can happen has happened. That's all I'm going to say about that. But on a more positive note, I got out these 3 gems for you guys. But I had to put this one in the middle because this one is now, books are funny. Books are funny. Operation Night Mixer is gaining momentum. If you haven't read this book, put it in your TBR. You're going to want to, because I got a 5-star review from the oddest place, which was AI. And AI listed my book as a thriller, not a romantic suspense thriller, but a romantic thriller. So if AI says it's a thriller, it's a thriller. I think the end, because the end really had us. I had no idea we could go that dark. I don't believe I can go that dark again. It was disturbing for me, even as the author. But Operation Night Mixer, some First Class Sebastian, and this is, the Mistress L Chronicles. There are literally 13 books in that chronicle. I promised to get them out. We're trying to get that ending of L of the Ball without giving away too much. We put way too much in L of the Ball. We're having to cut. And here's the thing. Here's why many of my books stand out from most competing authors. My books are multi-genre. There is no way I could write the type of plot twist. Sorry, that's my phone. I have to have it on. Without having multiple or subgenres, I'll put it this way. But the primary genre, I guess, I write thrillers. I'm not angry about that. Just surprised that AI, 2 or 3 times, AI came up with the same thing. But the fact that they came up with the 5 stars, one was 4.7 stars. Sold. I'll take it. But the book is well written. It dives so deep into the psyche of 2 soldiers, why they love the way they love, why their love is so forbidden, and how vindictive and spiteful others can be when people find love, especially on 2 opposite ends of the spectrum, and especially from an interracial dating perspective, which they really don't understand There are so many interracial soldiers, you can barely keep up with the count because we live in a different world. But I definitely, in every book, literally, in every book I have, I speak about PTSD. As a former veteran and a soldier, and for someone who suffers from moderate to severe PTSD, I tell you, I've been so triggered lately, horrifyingly triggered lately, to screams in my sleep. It has been intriguing, I'll put it that way, and it has been a journey. And when you're, you know, in pain 24/7, your perspective change. PTSD will come into perspective. But I don't let that change who I am as a person. If anything, it makes me a stronger and better person. Utter and complete fighter. Those 6 or 7 authors who bought the book the last 2 or 3 weeks, thank you so much. It helped with my ranking. But I told you guys, the books aren't what you think. My military, romantic, suspense, thriller, there's no way these are going to be thrillers at all. Close with Ignited Bones, but not quite there. But there is major suspense in that. There is so much suspense in that book. And don't be discouraged by the introduction in the main page. With my books, I write, I'm more a combination of Hemingway, Anise Nin, Nikki Giovanni, all in one. I'm a baby boomer, old school style author. I want you to dive into the characters, especially the main character's psyche. And we threw so many plot twists in this book, it's ridiculous. The beginning, you are going to yelp. But the steamy, fiery scenes in this book, we went there. We went there. We went there and back. We take you from Hartsfield Atlanta Airport back to Iraq, back to the Nivana province in Iraq, back to the States, from there to North Georgia suburb on the lake. From that lake, we take you to Lake Lanier, which is the hodgepodge lake. You haven't been on a lake till you've been at least to Lake Lanier. I prefer Alatoona, but that's another book and another story. That's coming soon. I swear it's coming soon. We are getting that one together. But that's sad because I'm literally writing 3, 4, maybe manuscripts at once, trying to get them out, approving them. And with 3 new authors, I'm working with 3 gentlemen with different, men and women definitely see relationships through different lenses. I'm thinking you cannot write that at all in a book. Amazon dash D to D will pull that. We can't put that in a book, and there's that tension there. And some guys do not like to be told what to do by a female. Then go with another company. There's plenty out there for everybody. So they had to get with themselves and understand that you asked me to run this, I'm running it. I'm doing this for you as a favor because it's no favor to me. It's very hard. I'm working from the bed, the side of the bed. Some days I can't do anything. It's not my fault, guys. It's just the way it is. Those are the facts. It's not an excuse, just an explanation of what's going on. I really plan to try to get out as much as I can because I am scheduled for a type of surgery that will have me out of the loop for 3 to 4 months. But I'll still be able to talk to you. I've reached out to 2 people, asked one to be a moderator, the other to be an admin to assist me in getting this together. So be patient with us. We're going to bring you so much content, positive content. As you can see, the content is changing. It's definitely more upbeat, more positive. This is not about my journey, just my journey. It's about our journey, yours too. Please feel free to engage. Comment. Tell us how you're feeling. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. As long as you're polite with any discord you have, I'm good with that. And fellas, I am not single. Stop putting that mess in the DM, please. Because if you keep it up the way you're keeping it up and saying some of the obscene, I can handle. I know how to say no and tell you what the deal really is, but I will not deal with the obscenities. That is out of the question. Then you're going to really tap into my ire. You're not going to want that. That's the part where I'm going to ask you to execute one thing, and that's to waltz your ass into the nearest corner and un-F yourself. Period. You know, I mean that wholeheartedly. And we can joke around and whatever, but play fair, play nice. Don't take things that, don't try me. Do not try me. Period. But here we are. And I love all 3 of these books for this reason. I enjoyed writing them. I don't write books to compete with other people. I can't. I'm writing about actual events, actual people. I'm not pulling things out the sky. People like, with AI, you could write and put out more books faster and faster. AI can do nothing for me. Maybe after I write my books and upload them to Amazon or D2D, but AI is of no, AI can't help with this at all. We didn't, no AI. No AI, no AI, no AI. These were written, edited, and done. But that said, back to Sebastian, Christian, and Elle's union. Let me tell you something. I'll put it this way. That desert scene, that Humvee scene, and the closing, that last chapter on the lake, that incident, that took us into, that's what really made this book a thriller. Most of it is suspense, romance, heat, fire, steam. I'm talking bonfire type of steam. If there was 5 to 10 chili peppers, we would have made it to 6 or 7 with this steam. But since you can only do 5 chili peppers, that's the max. That's it. I would say 6.5. But we went there. But you are going to really love and find this interesting and very engaging, but a powerful read as well, and pleasantly surprised. Once you get into Sebastian's psyche, and understand him, especially being that psych major. That psych major and that military, him being an artillery man, when those two ideals and ideologies from him merge inside him, he becomes a very powerful, very skillful lover, man, protector, you name it. But we had to put that ending in there because it needed to be there. I'll put it that way. But that said, guys, get the book, get the book, get the book. You're going to love it, love it, love it. And let me tell you, Serendipity did the... Hang on a moment. Hold on a minute. Alexa, go to front door, please.
Okay.
Okay, Alexa, stop. I'm sorry, guys. I thought that was my front doors next door. There was so much calamity and noise. I thought somebody was trying to come in on me. But thank God I'm live. But you're going to love it, and you're going to fall in love with the characters. Plus, the ending also sets the book up for the sequel coming in the fall. That's the 4th book we're working on now. And we had to change so many things because Amazon has changed the rules. And they are adamant about it. So, I've already had 2 conversations with them. So, but I reached out to them because I needed to know what the issue was. Now I have a clearer understanding. We're on the same sheet of music. I'm good to go. I get it. But get the book, get the book, get the book. You will love it. Put it in your TBR. Soon, hopefully by the middle or end of summer, we will be an audiobook. So there's so much happening, so much craziness going on. But I loved him. He was a great soldier. I mean, we fought like cats and dogs, but we became very good friends because, I was never in his column. I'm never going to... I told him I will never be one of your stars. I'm sorry. No. Why would I be a star when I could be the universe? No. No, no, and no. But he was always there when I needed him to help me out of situations. Especially military situations that were just mind-blowing. But in this book, you are going to get it all. Everything that readers seek that will move you, the passion, the intrigue, definitely the suspense. The intrigue and suspense is like, oh my God, are they going to get caught? Or what happened? How did they get caught? How did that happen? The ending will have readers asking, how on earth did they allow that to happen? But you have to read the book. Sorry, no spoilers. I've given out enough spoilers. Not today. But get the book, get the book. And Serendipity did the formatting. And she did an excellent, she did a great job. She designed the cover. I just added the little extras I needed. I just touched it up. That's the former soldier in me. I have to touch it up. The last say is mine. But that said, let me take you to... I can't say enough. Y'all know this gonna be my boo and baby for a while. Because the cover guy, I know him personally. So, and he's now the fitness guru to the stars now, so, and director. So there you go. So we had to take our time and do this book right. Terry A. Wilson did the formatting for this book, and she put her heart into. She just made it elegant and a perfectly great story. And I love every page. It's just beautiful. Simple, but elegant. And it goes straight to the point. And what I love about Ignited Bones touches on so much conflict and passion. There are so many amazing plot twists. Saberland just couldn't make up her mind who she wanted in this book. But the main characters stayed the main characters. We never strayed, in any of the books, we never strayed away from the main characters. There were satellite characters, yes. But the first scene in the Chicago presidential suite, powerful. That locked readers in right there, as far as how deep the passion for Saberland was. And even the few pages with Major Glenn. And Major Glenn made the way he made an exit out of her life is rare in books. But rewrote it that way. I'll put it this way. I'll give you one spoiler. How many relationships do you know where there is a soldier and female that he really, really loves, but they argue and fight like? But that's how we were as soldiers. We fought like cats and dogs, but don't mess with us outside of that. Then we're coming together as a team, and we're coming for you. And we're not going to leave until we're done. And when we're done, you're going to be toast. But Major Glenn leaves for an important mission. Out of nowhere, he has to go. His team finds him. They knew where to go. Haskell knew. He always knows where his commander is at all times. He leaves, and he doesn't tell her he's leaving until he has to go. Rather than bitch about it or fight about it or be angry, what does Saberland do? She walks in the closet and comes back with the flag that was hanging over her father's funeral casket and says, either you come back with this flag or underneath it. Either way, come back. Make it back home. Do not, heaven forbid, be killed on foreign soil and buried on foreign soil. You come back to us, to our soil. Period. That takes a level, that takes a depth of tenaciousness, unselfishness, but most love, to be able to handle such a moment. But the only problem was there was Lord Foxington, who had to have her. Major Glenn and Haskell, they went after this one woman, this one special woman with everything they had. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And do not count out Lord Foxington, because that conservatory, observatory platform, that scene, we're definitely shopping Netflix. This is ready to go. But what I love about Ignited Bones is the opening scene reads just like a screenplay. Why is that? Because the first scene was co-written by a pulp fiction screenplay writer who has been my mentor and best friend for years. He wouldn't waste his time if he think I did not have the talent. period. And I asked him, I don't know where to go. I knew what I wanted to write as the prologue, but I had no idea where to take it from there, how to get to everything else. And he said, I know how you can do this, but you have to help me with, certain things, what's a bogey? Where were they coming from? And, I'm like, they were coming out of Bosnia, the old Yugoslavia. Boom, that's all I had to say. And we just went. Boom, 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 boom. And from there, I knew exactly what to say. But the action never stops. The action just goes. So you're getting a combination of, I would say, Jason Bourne meets Casino Royale, something of that nature, or even more, I would say, what's his name? God, I hate brain fog, guys. I can't think of that guy's name to save my life right now. I know the movie, Ghost Protocol. And I love action movies. I love suspense. I love suspense thrillers. Not the slice your throat kind of thrillers. That's too much for me. I like anything military. I'm all in. This is my wheelhouse. This is my comfort zone. I am great at writing these stories. I'm not good at it. I am great at it. Period. And no one's going to take that from me because no one gave it to me. This is a talent I develop on my own. But readers, what you're going to get everything. The action, the passion, when readers, if you haven't read any of my books, once you read my book, you're going to say, wow, I never imagined that that I as an author would write like that. And I do. I don't have to have anyone write it for me. I just do it, I mean, I have some pretty tough, my editors are pretty tough, but I don't mind that at all, period. I mean, I had one editor tell me, you write like 13 and 15-year-old boy that's horny. I said, actually, that's good. Thank you for that. Because that's exactly what I needed to hear. And that's exactly what I want readers to feel. The passion, the emotions of the characters. I said, I don't take that negatively at all. Period. I said, because soldiers are horny people. Some of those male soldiers, good God Almighty, stay away from them. Those are heat seekers. Okay. I'm like, this is romantic suspense. Well, I found this triggering. Then I did my job. I can't help your emotions. I ain't got nothing to do with your life. You have to decide, are you going to edit or are you going to sit here and cry over everything that you feel trigger you? If something triggers you, you're in the wrong business. You need to be in fantasy. Okay? Fantasy is where you belong. Don't hate us female soldiers because we got the best of the lot. And y'all trying to catch whatever. You can't do it. We just knew what we were doing. But that said, I mean, we were soldiers too. Don't stop counting out the female soldiers. The male characters in my book are not the heroes. The female is. Spoiler number 3. There you go. That's why the female is the center of the story, with the exception of Sebastian. I had to make both characters the center of the story because they're so powerful. Sorry about that. This thing don't want to turn off. But I have to have the phone on me for health reasons, and I'm home alone. But you guys will love Ignited Bones Operation Moonlight Edition. It has everything. It has everything. Don't let the titles fool you, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Ignited Bones for a reason. But that said, plus the reason where I got the title, the name for the book, was because Major Glenn's favorite song was Coldplay. I Will Try to Fix You. And what does it say? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. I love it's very poetic and very, 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 very intriguing. But Glenn just had that. He just had that mind that, with all that red, University of Georgia everywhere. I'm like War Eagle. That's all I'm going to say. But you guys, I'm sorry I digress, but you guys will love this. I said this was a book chat. And it's all about the books, not me. But let me put this down. You will love it. And the ending, the trigger warning, the ending, trigger warning. Learn that lesson the hard way. Trigger warning for the ending. It is a suspense. Period. We had to put that type of plot twist in the ending because we set it up for the sequel. Period. So there you go. Now, this was my last release. The Naughty Colonel from Across the Way. This book is fire. I'm just going to say that barn scene, when none to play with, that was, oof. We had to write that in italics, okay? For a reason. I put all my steamy and fiery scenes in italics. There's a reason behind it. There's a psychology behind that. But that said, Lieutenant Colonel Pacelli and L. Oof, 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 oof. Fire. This book is fire. And it's piled with military jargon. You guys are going to learn those old school military terms. You guys are going to learn. They're still around today. They haven't gone away. They haven't gone anywhere. But here's the thing. Elle and Pacelli, ladies and gentlemen, and here is the spoiler, and I love breaking this spoiler. Elle and Pacelli are not, okay, I repeat, and I had to learn this from my mentor, well, two mentors. Elle and Pacelli, they're not the main characters of this story. They're actually they could be considered main characters, but in actuality they are the secondary characters. The main characters of this book is the narrator, Katerina, and Katerina brings the mess. Oh my God. We had to look at this twice because I didn't want to offend any friends, and I said, I had to put it down the way it was, the way it went down. I had to write it. Didn't put in everything that was done because I would not have had the wherewithal or intestinal fortitude to mend that type of vindictiveness from a close friend. I wouldn't. I mean, friends argue, they grow apart, they come back together, they grow apart. Katerina, her ass would have come up missing, okay? Doing some mess like that to me. But I wrote it the way it happened. And you know what they say, truth is stranger than fiction. So we put it all in this book. We just laid it in the book. And it's a fast read, but it's a very deep read. And these are considered short story novels. I love short story novels because readers nowadays, we live in a fast-paced world. They do not, and readers will tell you over and over again, I do not have time to read 300 pages. I'm not single, or I'm in school, I have work, I have obligations, I have children. I cannot sit there and read all this. It'll take me forever to get through the book. They're just not into many titles with 300 and 400 pages. Some are. When you get into fantasy, yes, I can see that. But with the romance stuff, y'all want it up front, y'all want it boom, 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 and it better be good. It better be good if they have to wait for it. But we put his words in the prologue. The prologue begins with Pacelli, in Pacelli's own words, but then we cut it off. And you dive right into Katerina and Elle's, those two friends. They go for it. They go for the jugular with one another, but they check each other, because there's a thing about soldiers and veterans. We do not care. If I outrank you in the military, I want that same respect, whether we're in the military or not. Hey, you forget. You can check me all you want to, but your ass forget. I outranked you. I outranked you. Show me the respect that I showed you as a soldier when you were taking orders from me. Period. I don't demand it. I command it. Period. I ain't got no respect for you if you... I'm like, weren't we in the same unit? I believe I was 2 or 3, maybe 4 ranks above you. Period. So show me that grace and respect, and I'll show you the same in return. But these two women go in. But now Katerina, she knew how to jab. She knew how to jab Elle. She knew all of her hot spots. But Elle was fiery. She made some miscalculations. Elle finally, when Elle break it down to her what actually happened, and everything that Katerina perceived didn't happen, the plot twist just starts spiraling, turning. There's 10, 11, 12 plot twists just in this one book, and it's a short story. But and the suspense and the action is there. The boldness of Lieutenant Colonel Pacelli and his suave and debonair, his cool, he was a smooth operator. That boy could talk the pants off anybody if they let him. You can't be around him too long. Be like, oh, I gotta go, sir. I'm moving. Moving, sir. I'm moving. Oh, you changed your hair. You know what they say about a woman who changed their hair? They say, she got to move, sir. I got to go. And I don't want to get my hair wet in this rain. Glad to see you. Boom, boom, boom. I'm moving on. Because we all lived in the same complex. I got to see everything up close and personal. I saw everything. We all lived in... Those condominiums were literally on top of each other. I mean, they had those beautiful, what do you call it, awnings? But our patios You could literally jump over into the next condo if you knew how to really jump. But that's just how it was. But it was a beautiful, beautiful place. Place was stunning. But Pacelli was a different type of officer. He young, aggressive. To be that young and to exceed to the level of colonel in such a short time. But he was mean, lean, mean fighting machine. Was highly educated. But so grounded and down to earth. His mannerisms, his southern charm will go all over you. I love men with southern charm. That's why I write about southern charm in all my books, because that's what I know. It's what I grew up around. That's what I dated. So there you go. The South has risen again, but they call it the dirty South. So I love that joke. But anyway, I segue. But guys, you will love this book. And the reason you'll love it is because the plot, of course, we set it up for the sequel. There had to be a sequel to this one. I may have to write a sequel to this one first, period. But people are starting to really, people are coming to my house like, look, they're asking my hubby, they're asking him, hey, I understand your girl. I'm like, first of all, you tell me you ain't got no damn girl in this house. I'm a grown ass woman. But they're like, can I get a book? Period. I'm like, tell them to go. Well, they're like, I want mine signed. I don't understand it. Why they don't like Amazon. Why they don't like tablets. They just do not. I'm learning, people do not like tablets. They want you to sign it and give it to them. They want to sign it and go. I had an Uber. A lady that drives Uber sat in her car and waited until I signed her a book and she bought it. I'm like, ma'am, I don't have any change for that. She was like, no, just keep it. You went in and signed it and everything. I'm like, wait, let me give you a blanket to go with that. Because I do have blankets that go with, have the blankets left. I'm out. His blankets went so fast. Period. But I also gave away, what do you call it? Press boxes. So those went, and that's crazy. They love the blankets. I think they just wanted the blanket and just decided to do the book anyway. But the blankets are coming. We're having to work with a different company because the other company ended up moving to a foreign country, and I can't afford those fees. The book business isn't that great that I would pay those type of prices, especially since Amazon has gone up on us. But you guys will love this book because there is a lot of tension in this book. But it shows how tension bring lovers together and how easy it is to be. Sometimes you can love someone but also carry someone in your heart at the same time. It's difficult to do, but it happens. All of that is in this book. But Katerina, what they didn't realize was they were too worried about Colonel Kids. I would have been worried about Colonel Kids because he ain't right in the head. Don't mess with that one at all. Just back away slowly. That's all I'm going to tell you. With these two, with Elle and Lieutenant Colonel Pacelli, they should have realized that their real clear and present danger was the best friend. Because Katerina was best friends to both of them. That was their clear and present danger. A lesson they are about to learn. Because when I finished with the sequel to this, everyone will know and really understand, like, okay, Katerina, she ain't got no damn Smith. She just went for it. She's just crazy. She's just batshit crazy. But jealousy and envy will do that. All of this is in the book. All these events happen around us. That place was crazy sometime. But military communities are like, they're busy people. When soldiers walk out on the step and stand there and look at you as you passing, you done something you ain't got no business. But with Katerina, we gathered in front of her goddamn condo because she knows she was wrong. She was wrong. A great deal of what that girl did to that colonel and to L. There was no way I could put that in a book. That needs to just remain a private thing. But readers, the story will leave you wondering. I'll put it that way. That's what makes the book so fantastic. That said, I'll leave that up to you guys. Get the book. The Ball is coming. And also, I don't know if I want to tell. I don't know. I guess I could say I'm collaborating with Alex Cuban with the Smoking Glass Literary Bars next to y'all know what I'm trying to say. My meds have kicked in, so y'all gotta work with me. My next two releases. It's hard. It's difficult working with men. I don't know if I want to put my name to this or not. I don't know if I should, because not that much of my writing style is in this book. Because men are just not that. Men can write passion, but they write it in a different way, not to the depth of what women write it or what we feel. So, anyway, that's just the way it goes. I don't know, guys. I'm contemplating. I think he should do this by himself, but he doesn't. He's not confident enough. He says, I think you're confident enough to tell me what not to put in there. You should do it by yourself, or you don't want to be known as a mushy guy. What do you think passion is? I don't know. Men are different. Some men, but we'll see. Now, Mr. DeLuca, Mr. Dominican Republic, he was like, girl, come on, it got to be hot. It needs to be hot. You can't say that like that. You gonna speak a phone. This has been a wild journey for me. I'm like, there are so many authors out there that are best-selling authors, that are, editors. They could do this for you. No, we serve together. We're gonna go do this together. I work with your, just. Anyway. Long story short, they ain't going nowhere. I just have to deal with the headache. I just take like major meds when I'm working with these guys, because my PTSD, like wanting to come up out that whole foxhole with a full metal jacket. Did you just say that to me? Really? Did you just say that to me? Okay. We're just going for blows with each other, little snarky blows to, put that stinking stuff in my. What stinking what? What are you talking about? Who are you talking to like that? Period. I don't know who runs the Smoking Glass Literary Bar. Me or you? You didn't have to say it like that. Dude, get with the program. Pull yourself together, okay? You think you something in them little boss boots of yours. How did you know they were boss? Seriously, dude? Really? HB. Hugo Boss. Simple. And they're the only ones that make those galoshes like that. But you're a grown ass man wearing damn galoshes. I don't know. You past the age of 40, galoshes just ain't for you. Okay? Not those kind, anyway. I don't know, guys. Some guys are just funny that way. But I think Mr. DeLuca will turn out to be a better writer than all of us because he's really passionate. Really passionate. We're going to go international. I'm going to show you how we do it in the Dominican Republic. Like, you definitely can't say anything like that. Boy, stop. Please stop. Please stop saying that. Because you're going to get me in so much trouble. Because I could listen to that accent all day long. Period. I'm like, guilty as charged. Hey, you ask me, I'm telling you. Guilty as charged. Plain and simple. But that said, guys, thank you for tuning in with me and hearing me rant and rant. I said this was basically book rant, book talk, all about the books. So, get the books, get the books, get the books. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of room. I'm having to stack books in the front of my own books. I'm covering my own books with books from authors, but I love to display authors who support me, especially Monique. Her book, Monique, was that Monique? Is that Monique? No, thank God that's not Monique. Okay, that's not Monique, but Monique, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books from that girl. Wow. 8 books. Is that 8 or 1, 3, 6? Yeah, 8 books. 8 books. And I have to display Immortal Lover. I'm just in love with that book by Dakari. Had to get my girl Rachel. I love my political books. Holla if you hear me. Alejandro. I love that by Mahogany Silver Rain. I loved Invisible Lives. So, and I'm still collecting books. I love to read. I love to read, and I absolutely love. I have 14 books that I have to purchase from Audible. They keep sending me messages. When are you going to get? Yeah, you can get 14 books. I'll be doing that this week because I'm going to need them in the future because I won't be able to write because they're getting ready to break this wrist and have to put artificial whatever. That's why this arm hurt yesterday. You gotta love the VA, guys. Y'all need to know the truth about the VA. Love doctors. Love the VA doctors that are getting it, but sometimes, I don't know. I think he tried to give me an injection in the muscle. He gave it to me. He hit a nerve. And that was Monday. I spent Monday and half of Tuesday in tears because I could barely lift his arm. I couldn't do this at all. I would have to do this. Ouch, which hurts. I spoke with them today. They called me from Langley. They called me from the Langley Hospital, the main VA. And I expressed to them what had happened. And I'm not angry with the doctor or anything. There was no way to know. But normally, this was done without any anesthesia. And that needle was this long. So, of course, they gave me enough meds to bring peace to the Middle East. So I'm just going to go nap a little bit and everything. But that's what's going on. That's why I've been in and out of the group. Some days I don't even make it. The last 2 days I've barely made it to Facebook to do anything. And Facebook was the last thing on my mind in that much pain. I have a high tolerance for pain. If you bring me to tears, I'm in the worst type of pain you can imagine. But this is what those of us who have served have to go through the VA system. But we also have to ask ourselves, where would we be if we didn't have medical care that's literally $0.99, but it wasn't $0.99 because we paid the cost. We served, and we're paying the cost of having served that with our bodies and our lives. That matters. That matters a lot. And I remember I can't think of who it was. It was an author on TikTok who made the statement that, not all books are about trauma. No, they're not, but they need to be. And that's why, after I heard that statement, I make it my business to say, we're going to talk about books, doctor's appointments, the VA, and trauma, and what we're going through, because our trauma matters. 80% of our trauma is from what we have gone through serving our country honorably, because I'm an honorable veteran, and also what we're experiencing or have experienced in this system. And with Congress they changed all the rules. I don't care what one side is saying about we're with the veterans. No, they're not. They're trying to privatize our system. Because if they privatize the VA, then they can tell which group, they can tell women what we can and cannot do with our bodies. They can't do that right now because the VA protects us. I don't understand why we had 7 or 8 women's clinics in the Georgia area and just in the satellite around Atlanta, and now we're down to 1 women's clinic, y'all. One to service. Women have to drive almost 70, 80 miles to come to a women's clinic? Are you serious? They're so backed up. And they will not, community care will not, unless you dying or almost or something. Other than that, you have to wait and wait, or you just better off just going to see a doctor, of your own choosing. That's not going to work. I'm going to call the main VA and get that appointment, period. Like it or not, I don't care. But that's what we're going through. That's what makes that type of trauma important. Readers have family members who have served. That's something they would want to know. Plus, many veterans put a great deal of these challenges in our books. Why not talk about it? It's great. It's a great conversation. And it's something that patriots, and readers are patriots too, they want to know what's going on, really going on in a country with veterans most especially. And that's what we're faced with. They want to privatize, because once they privatize the VA system, they'll actually be able to invest in it. That part right there. That part right there. And you know what happens when you privatize anything. They want to control it. They want to control who gets what, who deserves what, by creed, color, and by gender. There is something very nefarious going on behind it all. Thank God there are senators from both sides who are fighting to keep the VA system, because they know also that with the VA system is what you can easily go to a national healthcare system like everyone else in the world. But they don't want that because many people are in the pockets of God knows whom. The pharmaceutical companies, you name it, insurance companies. There's nothing the insurance company wouldn't love but for the VA system to be privatized. They're chomping at the bit to make money off the pain of soldiers who gave their lives. And over half of them haven't served a day in their life. They don't have what it takes to serve or to crawl through mud and slush. I tell people, I have no problem telling people, I'm crippled like this because I refuse to quit. I finished basic training in the dead of winter in a cast up to my thigh. 2 drill sergeants had to pick me up and put me into a foxhole to qualify with my weapon, filled with water. My cast was soaked and resting on my ankles. I had already had shin splints. Those old boots were terrible. Those combat boots were terrible. My arches fell. That's a painful thing. When your arches fall, there's nothing supporting that foot. All your weight is, it's difficult. I was on bivouac in an ice storm on crutches, putting up a pup tent with my buddy. I did not quit. They took my crutches off 2 days before I had to qualify for the run in order to graduate from basic training. I made every mile and passed the hell out at the end. They put me on the back of a truck, took me to the troop clinic. They put me in what they call those gel casts, sent me on to my next duty station. 2 weeks later, I was on crutches. In summer heat, it was 87, 89, 99 in the morning. But I kept going and never quit. I wore jump boots, not combat boots. Jump boots that are literally 2.5 pounds a piece. Up until I was 8.5 months pregnant. I had 13 amniocentesis. I did not go home. My doctor made me go home for 90 days. Normally it's 60. I was home for 90 days. But I had that baby. I went all the way. So do not tell me that all books should not have trauma. It's up to the author what's in their book. Readers, these are actual events that readers can connect to because it's real, it's factual, it's down to earth, and it's something that they can carry with them. And that knowledge is powerful. Period. So that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with that. And that's why I'm such a tenacious, bitchy bitch. Okay? Because I've earned the right. Freedom ain't as free as y'all think it is. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Bless you for everything. It's only going to get better, and our group is going to grow. I only want it to grow little by little. I'm just not getting all these people. I can't do it. Too much mess. And for those of y'all who just sit in here to see what's going on or whatever, thank you for letting me know that I'm worth your time. For you to see what I'm doing and for you to keep up with me and what I'm doing. I don't mind at all. Enjoy the show because it's only going to get 200% better. Period. Pie. Plan, implement, execute. And we're done. Have a great Wednesday evening, guys. Bye-bye. Love you. God, I'm such a stinker. Yes, I am. Very matter of fact, too.